extra time that we have in this crisis. It's a fun time. I thought that I would share some of the things that I'm doing to not go crazy and get a little creative. So I'm going to be sharing some of the ways that I have been kind of like searching in every area of my life to ground myself, be outside, not go crazy inside. I kind of am just now in the process of making nature a priority, making my hobbies a priority. So if you're interested in how I have integrated like gardening and being outside into a way to also stay safe and stay home, keep watching. Here's my Instagram and Twitter. I got my notes and let's get started. So first I'm going to talk about why this is important. For some people it might be obvious, but I just want to share like some of the reasons that this is a priority for me, and then I'm going to share how. So some of you may be curious, like I live in an apartment, I live in a densely populated area, so I can't go like for walks or to the park. And so I'm going to get to that as well. So first, why I think this is important. I mean, if you're watching this, you're probably already interested in incorporating nature and the outdoors into your life. But just to like reiterate, it's really good for your mental health to be meditative, to disconnect, and to listen to the birds, to try to get out of yourself in this modern like world that we live in that runs at a million miles an hour, and yet like I can feel just like scrolling, I just get more and more upset, or I just get more getting out of that cycle, and getting some sun can really lift my spirits and to kind of remind me who I am, and honestly kind of my purpose. I keep zoning out and I keep talking in like this somber voice because I've just like been alone for so long, or like, I mean, I live with my husband, but just staying inside and not being social has kind of taken the levity out of me. This is why I'm doing this. So that was kind of the first reason, is mental health. Just by being outside can really improve. It doesn't solve mental health. It's a preventative measure, for me at least. And then also cultivating something, watching something that you're responsible for grow and thrive. It's just like the best feeling, like seeing new buds that you have cultivated. That is just so satisfying. So now on to the how. I am super lucky, and I feel like people who have yards right now, like houses and yards, are super lucky. If you can't tell, I'm on the top of our like staircase balcony, and I also have a planter, and so I have like this giant 12-foot, I want to say it's 12 feet, I don't know, this giant planter that's just been empty for a while since my flowers from the fall died in the first frost. It was so sad. I have a giant planter that I can use that honestly my management doesn't use, and I'm kind of upset about it, but I mean, it means I get to do my own thing. So I planted some herbs. There's a bush that I planted that I really love. I feel bad for people who have like just their walk-up studio, or their, I don't know, their garage apartment. Whatever living situation you're stuck in right now. So I feel really bad if that's like, if you want to be outside and you can't. So that's why I'm doing this, because I just felt so lucky that I have that. It's such a small thing, but right now it feels like a lot. If you do not have a planter or outdoor space, I have some tips for that. I you can get really creative with like getting a planter, figuring something out as far as that goes. You can use old bowls, you can use, I have like a tall skinny antique bookshelf that has like a few separations in it, and if I didn't have that, if I didn't have the planter, I would use that, fill it with some soil and find a space for it. As far as gardening, you can get creative with finding a planter and then like ordering some seeds or seedlings. I don't really know, I couldn't find any on Target or Amazon. Well, there were some on Amazon, but it's kind of limited. But I'm gonna do some more research and link that below. As far as experiencing the outdoors, if you do live in a less densely populated place, like I live in a downtown, so I don't always feel great depending on the time of day about going on a walk. There are some areas that a lot of people like to walk, and so I've decided to stay away from those. But you also don't want to go to a place that's like too secluded, because then there's safety. So taking a daily walk is, I think, a really good thing if you can swing it. And if you don't want to garden, if you just want to incorporate some outdoorness into your life but don't want to go outside, like don't want to go out on the street where other people may be, I would encourage you to find an area, even if it's just outside your door or like a stairwell or something, that you can sit and journal or do whatever you feel like doing, but just outside to give yourself some like change of scenery. Also opening a window and like maybe just having fresh flowers. I know that if I were cooped up, that would feel like a breath of fresh air, literally. I hope any of this was helpful, even if it's just to hear someone give voice to, like, even if it's to hear someone give voice to thoughts that you are yourself belittling. Like, I was crying the other day. I never cry, and there's a channel, it's like a PBS Digital Studios channel, and it's called 2 Cents, and they were talking about the stock market, and their family is currently separated. It's a couple, and they're separated to protect the rest of their family. One of them has the coronavirus, and it just felt like, because they were being so reassuring and they had taken kind of a drastic measure, it just I felt the crisis all at once, and so that kind of helped me to release pent up, I guess, anxiety, or even just like processing all the emotions that come with, like, yeah, we live in a first world country, but with all the change, your emotions aren't small. Of course there are bigger issues, but that doesn't mean that they're not valid, and I just wanted to put that out there as well. I forgot to sign off. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.